Welcome to Driving the Lane with Randy Kraayenbrink and Chuck Rowe. Now, Driving the Lane.
Welcome to Driving the Lane. Randy Kraayenbrink, Chuck Rowe, the show where we talk about mostly one thing and one thing only, and that is
Panther basketball.
It's important that we remind you that although we are the official UNI basketball show for the Panther Collective, our comments may not reflect the feelings of our friends at UNI. However, Randy is a former player. I have season tickets to the men's and women's team this year. If you ever want to go, you just let me know, Randy.
All right. That's awesome. Thanks, Chuck.
Center court seats. Yeah.
All right.
Go.
PR line.
Now, the format for this show has changed a little bit this year. You know, for the past number of years, we've been on different radio stations, but now we are excited to partner with the Panther Collective. So be sure you learn more about them at thepanthercollective.com. Do you know about them, Randy?
I do know about them. I actually golfed in their Panther Collective golf outing up in Waverly this year.
Oh, okay.
The men's and women's team was very well represented there. They did a great job, and they raised a little money for the Panther Collective.
Well, way to support the cause.
It was awesome.
Now, Randy, I have some big news to share. If you didn't hear this already, Single Speed is releasing a beverage called Prowl, which supports the collective.
Wow.
And so this Saturday at 2 p.m., there's going to be a release party at Single Speed in Waterloo. And players from both the men's and women's team are going to be there. They're going to have some fun, some games, etc. It's going to be a blast. Make sure you're there. Make sure all our listeners are there.
Yes.
Randy's going to knock on the door of everybody in the Cedar Valley to make sure that you attend. Are you going to be there, Randy?
2 p.m. at Single Speed.
Yeah.
As the release time. I am probably not going to be there because one of my grandchildren have a basketball game. I either get to go to Pella or I get to go to Hiawatha on Saturday to watch basketball.
So, Randy, you're supposed to maybe lie and say you would be there.
I apologize, Chuck, but I'm going to go watch the grandkids thing.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But I might try that adult beverage.
Yeah, definitely do. So whether you're going to be there or not,
yes,
get the beverage sometime and
yes,
help support the collective.
Thank you to Single Speed.
Thank you, Single Speed.
Yeah, it's awesome.
As always, we have a great show for everyone this week. Joining us today, Emerson Green, Grace Boffeli, and Shateah Wetering. And also we have the most important part of the show, possibly the Financial Architect's Quote of the Week, as well as the Panther Collective Question of the Week. Let's get started. Randy, excited to have with us today. Drum roll, please. So it's been a whole year or a whole season since we did the show, and Randy still doesn't know where his microphone is. So sorry about that. But yeah, Emerson Green, Grace Boffeli, and Shateah Wetering with us. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, thank
you.
So awesome game this week against Green Bay. Is there any added pressure to trying to win that first game, and how did it feel getting that win?
Yeah, I think we always want to, like, just for our community and our fans, we had a lot of people show out last night, and I think it's important to us to come out and perform and just have fun. And last night especially, I really heard the crowd and felt the crowd during maybe not so good calls or something like that. Like, everyone was into it, so it was a lot of fun. And just getting your first win at home is always a big deal.
And I think just getting out those first game jitters, and the first quarter was a little slow, but after that we really picked it up, and I think it's going to carry into the rest of the season.
Now, Grace, you had an amazing game. You got a double-double. You were player of the game. You're moving up those record charts for points and rebounds. Tell us the type of person that 11-year-old Grace was, and if she ever thought she would be where she is now.
I don't think I would imagine myself being here right now. But I don't think I've really changed throughout my childhood to now. I've always been that type of person that just works hard, and I just want the best for my teammates and my coaches.
Give us a little bit of background. Emerson, obviously we know a little bit about your history here, but please repeat that. Obviously coming from the Cedar Falls area, but maybe take some time and tell us kind of where you're from, and then maybe kind of how this journey to UNI ended up happening for you as a student athlete.
Well, just growing up here in Cedar Falls, my dad was a coach my whole life here, so I kind of just knew, like, I always just loved, on Christmas Day we'd go shoot in the McLeod. Like, that was just kind of like a family thing where we always spent so much time here. And it's always just felt like a family. I mean, going to the women's games, going to the men's games, going to football, volleyball. So I knew kind of my whole life that this is kind of where I wanted to be. And then when my brother decided to stay home, that was a big deal for our family, as he had a lot of places he could have gone. And then that kind of just put the cherry on top for me, like the coaching staff, my family, my dad being able to come to games, my brother being able to come to games was a big deal for me. So just stayed home.
I'm from the Quad Cities, Eldridge, Iowa. And just growing up, I was involved in a lot of sports. High school, I was involved with volleyball and basketball, track. And then I think I just narrowed it down my junior and senior year to focus on 2 sports, volleyball and basketball. And then I just, AAU, school started reaching out to me. And when UNI reached out to me, my parents both went to UNI, so that was kind of a perfect fit. UNI's known for their teaching program, and I knew I wanted to be a teacher. So everything kind of just fell in place. It's a good distance from home, and I'm very happy with my decision.
All right, my turn. I was kind of given a ball when I was like 4 years old. My dad just handed it to me, and I just kind of took off with it. In high school it was interesting. I came from a smaller school, Montezuma, Iowa. I had a lot of fun there. And then I had AAU basketball for all Iowa Attack. So I played with Maya and Kaba. And that really took off like my career and love for the game. And so then after that, I got recruited by Iowa, committed there, spent 3 years there, had a great experience, and then decided to transfer and came here. And I love my decision so far.
Yeah, Randy, I think Shateah, she must have hit her head and had a bad concussion because she picked the Hawkeyes to begin with, but she's recovered by now and she realized the mistake that she made.
We'll give her a little grace for that. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Welcome home. We appreciate it.
But Shateah, you played sparingly the past few years because of injury. Now you come in, you played some major minutes that first official game as a Panther. Walk us through mentally how it felt before, during, and after the game.
Yeah, you definitely like think about things that you do, especially if I'm doing things the same way that how I got injured in the first place. I mean, it is kind of nerve-wracking, but like as I like grow confidence in the game and stuff, I just zone out that hesitation and stuff. So that's really helped me along the way. And after the game, it was a relief. Like first game over, like glad that's out of the way. Now it's the rest of the season. So
with being a transfer from Iowa, there was a huge media storm that ended up because just the one game, all it took was one game against LSU. All of a sudden you're in national news left and right. What was that attention like, and how did you deal with it as a team then?
Yeah, it was crazy. There was so much hype and so much media everywhere. Like we really had to stay in our circle and not be on our phones, honestly. Like I remember Coach Bluter saying, like, honestly, don't even get on Twitter. Don't look at anything that's going on. Like it was very secluded to our team, and it was kind of crazy, all the stuff we were going to. It was kind of bizarre. It's kind of like foggy now, but yeah, it was a cool experience and one that I appreciate. So
This question is really for any of you, but from an on-court and off-the-court perspective, what's the transition like for someone like Shateah, who's going to get major minutes right away, as far as fitting in with the team?
Well, I mean, we have like just coming in right away, we all had complete faith in Shateah. Like we knew she's capable of doing a lot of things, offensively and defensively. So I think just coming into it, we just welcomed her with open arms. Like she is so fun off the court, so fun on the court. She's fun to play with. So I think it's more of just like making sure she has the confidence and everything that she needs to just be herself on the court was a big deal for us.
And going off Emerson, I just think like this team this year has a strong chemistry on and off the court. So I think that just helps our personalities. Like Emerson said, we just had open arms, and Coach Warren from the beginning of the season, she's really emphasized how deep our team is, the strength of our bench. And I think that's just going to lead to success this year. And if like you even look at minutes, points. We're so balanced. This team is so balanced, and teams just can't guard one person because the other players are gonna shine and do their thing.
And I think also, if I remember right, we were picked to win the Valley this year. So not sure in your careers that has happened to a women's Panther team. Is that correct? Brand new.
Yep.
So a little bit of a target on your back. How does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool when we got the news that we're first. I mean, we've been working hard, but so has every other team. And yeah, it's cool to get it now, but what really matters is at the end of the season. So we have the target on our back, and we're willing to keep pushing through. And we know that coming into every non-conference and conference game. Like Green Bay was predicted to win their conference. They're a really good team. Yeah. And so it's just like, it's a battle every game, and we can't let that really get to our heads, because right now it's cool to have, and we're honored that they think that like that's a spot we should be at, but we still got to work for it and get it at the end of the season.
Now, Emerson, you're getting some major minutes off the bench. You had 9 rebounds. So does Grace need to watch her back for records this year, or not so much? Okay.
I got to help her out a little bit.
But how do you see your role this year as a player?
Yeah, I think it's changed a little bit. I mean, I haven't really been able to do anything in the off season. I had three full practices before that last game, before Green Bay. So I think coming into it was more of like a mental game for me. I mean, haven't been able to do anything really on the court. So just been training myself mentally, like going over plays, knowing all the defenses, helping my teammates where they need it off the court. So I think that's a big change in my role this year, as of now.
Just so people are aware, you weren't like sitting down and on the couch eating bonbons all day. It was like because I saw you at the kids clinic, and I think you had like a boot on or something. And so what exactly did you have done this summer?
I had a lateral ligament reconstruction in my ankle. Almost 9 weeks ago. It'll be 9 weeks on Friday.
Okay. So are you 100% now, you think? Or?
Yeah, good to go.
Now for the Green Bay game, you had a little secret weapon, maybe. Miss Foster played for the team a few years ago. Did she help give any tips to you about what to look out for that game at all?
I don't know if she gave us tips, but like she even yesterday when we were I was sitting on the bench, she was like, "Hey, number 2 likes to do this. Hey, number 2 likes to do that." So just like fun things like that helped us on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did she shake hands with anyone before the game on the other team, or was she like, "You're going down, mofos"?
I think before the game it was strictly business, but after the game I think she said hi to a few of them.
Well, you might see where we're going with this, and that is you have a little game coming up this week. And has anyone on the team that maybe has played for the Hawkeyes before, I don't want to pinpoint anybody in particular, but has anyone given you any tips to help prepare for that game at all?
We focus on one game at a time, so tomorrow we'll start talking about Iowa.
And Shateah might be able to help you with that or not?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll be able to help a lot. I know a few things, and I still remember a few things, so I'll really be able to help out.
Nice. We're looking forward to it. So with that being said, obviously there's a lot of hype going on in the community, and obviously in the state of Iowa and surrounding, which is phenomenal. I mean, it is so fun to see the women's program kind of making this loud noise in the Valley, which is kind of cool. But honestly, what's it like for you guys? Obviously now tonight or tomorrow you get to start focusing on it. So what are you looking forward to most about Sunday afternoon?
I think I'm most excited for the environment. Yeah. It's the first time in school history the McLeod Center for Women's Basketball has been sold out. So that just shows a lot that a lot of people care about our team and they want to support us. So I'm just excited to play in that environment. It's going to be a fun day.
It's like cool. I remember the last time I think the McLeod Center was maybe sold out was North Carolina when the boys played them. And I remember sitting in the stands during that game, and it was crazy. It was so loud. Everyone was so into it. We rushed the court after the game. So I just think that we're all just super excited to be able to have that opportunity to be out there in front of that many people.
Well, the last time the guys came into town from Iowa, they lost and never came back again. So I expect the same thing will happen this weekend, right, Randy?
Absolutely. Shateah, what are you looking forward to? You have to have a little extra butterfly probably in your stomach.
Yeah, I'm just really excited for the environment. Like Grace said, it's gonna be loud, so we might have to have hand signals instead of instead of trying to scream over everybody. So that's really exciting. But
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, we just had Green Bay and that was our main focus. So now I have time to think about it. So
You're going to shake hands before or after the game with a few of your ex-players.
after.
So who on the team gets to guard Caitlin?
We haven't really decided
Yeah.
that yet. I
No.
mean, we really haven't even talked about it yet. We'll probably discuss it tomorrow. And before film and stuff, but we haven't gone over that yet.
I'm sure we'll try a couple of different things.
Yep.
Well, in your opinions, then, is besides the three of you, of course, having monster games, who else on the Panther team do you want to see step up in order to get that win on Sunday?
I think
Well-
it'll take all 13 of us to get
Yeah.
the dub on Saturday or Sunday. I don't think that, I mean, we all know our roles and everyone needs to fulfill the role to the fullest to come out and be successful on Sunday. We don't have to be perfect, but we have to be pretty good. So
Randy,
excited.
these team players, listen to them. They won't even. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
rephrase the question this way, is that I think when it comes to your roster, especially those that have been around a little bit, I think the Cedar Valley knows of who to look out for, right? I guess the question would be maybe who's maybe newer to the team that maybe the Cedar Valley should pay attention to this year.
Well, I think one is Shateah. She's new. She's had experience at Iowa. She's gonna help us this year on the offensive side and the defensive side. She brings a lot of energy, and we're gonna be really successful with her on our team.
I also think Rachel, when she's ready to go and when she's knocking down shots and when she's being aggressive, she really adds a lot and it really makes a difference. So I think when she also gets zoned in and ready to play, we'll be really good with Iowa this week too.
I think that Kava, I mean, thinking about Green Bay, she came out and hit 2 big threes and it was a huge momentum change for us. So I think Kava's the sharpshooter out there. You can't leave her open. She'll knock it down. So she'll be big on Sunday.
And you know, Emerson is desperately wanting to say, just look out for everybody. But she said a name. Thank you, Emerson. So apparently, though, by the end of the year, this is my prediction, Randy, is that we're going to have 2 players averaging a double-double and a defensive player of the year for Missouri Valley, all in this room right here. So
Yeah.
um,
You heard it here first.
you heard it here
All right.
first. That's right.
Yeah. Love it.
So,
Love it.
but you're in the locker room of a game at halftime. You're down by 2 points. The coaches aren't around. Which player on the team is the one that usually stands up and gives that big motivational speech?
Jibo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Jibo, Simo will say some things. I mean, we all kind of pitch in what we say. Like, I mean, someone will start it and then we all just kind of give each other feedback on what we saw, what we need to work on, stuff like that. So, I mean, I think Jibo usually will start it and then everyone kind of gives their feedback.
Well, what about on the court? Who's that quieter player that might not say much but tends to motivate everyone by her style of play?
I would say Maya. I wouldn't say she's quiet though, but how she goes, we go. She's a point guard, so she's running the offense and she's dictating what we're doing and stuff.
She's got the swag out there.
Yep.
Who on the team is the class clown that everyone ends up cracking a smile?
Mm.
I would say Katie.
I don't know. I think our freshman Katie might be the class. Yeah, she might be the class.
She's
Yeah.
funny.
Already,
She
huh?
knows
Okay.
funny.
She's silly.
Yeah.
Even
What
when
if-
she's not trying to be, she'll just have comments that are just kind of out there and it just makes everybody laugh. So I think she laughs with us and she just doesn't understand sometimes why we're laughing. And then she's like, oh, okay, that's funny. Like,
We may have to have her on the show, Chuck.
I
Maybe.
think
Have
so.
to.
We have to bring her on the show. Let's switch over to the coaching staff for a little bit. So I've gotten to know Coach Oakland and KO a little bit. If the team was on an island, which coach would you go to help you, like, scavenge some food together, kind of like Survivor, right? Which coach is going to be best at the Survivor game?
Oh,
I would say Coach Nelson. He is really smart.
yeah, that
He
is
knows
true.
a lot of things, and I would have to go with Coach Nelson.
I think
Coach
I
Nelson.
would go with Coach Nelson as well. He remembers a lot and he would know which direction. Like he just knows
Yeah,
where
that
things
is
are
true.
and he would
Okay.
memorize them and he would just like take you places and he would know where they were.
Nelson would be good. Unless I feel like Nelson for all like the knowing where everything is, knowing which direction we need to go. If it was come to like finding food, I think I'd have to get maybe Oakland. I think maybe Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland might help me get some food and stuff together, but Nelson will get me the right direction.
Well, let's say you're screwing around in the locker room, you're just having fun, maybe you're throwing around a basketball, it hits a TV, breaks some lights, something like that. Which coach are you willing to tell first?
Ooh.
I would say Oakland. I don't know. I feel like you wouldn't yell at me right away.
I feel like Oakland would laugh at us and then be like, all right, come on,
Maybe
guys.
understand. I don't know. I feel like Oakland though.
Oakland's got 5 kids in the house, so maybe he's used to it. I don't know.
Good point.
On the team, who tends to be the biggest gym rat?
I think maybe Ellie. Ellie's always in there.
That's hard. There's a few of them.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
We like to kind of work in silence sometimes. It's kinda
Grace is
tough.
like, I already averaged a double-double. I don't need that extra.
Oh.
Now, as athletes, you're out there sweating hard on the court. During the game, you toss your hair in a ponytail or a headband and call it good for the most part. But who's that one player or two that can't settle for that? Like they need to make sure their hair is looking perfect, either during the game or even when you're trying to head out to dinner and trying to get out the door. They're there just trying to perfect everything.
I would say Kaba. I say that because she always has to have her gold earrings in if she's not playing basketball. So like for example, we played a game last night. We had a talk with coaches after the game, and then usually we go out and see like our parents on the court. Well, she has to put her gold earrings in prior to seeing.
Can't go anywhere without the gold hoops.
So she always has to have the hoops in.
Yeah, I would agree. Maybe Kaba with the gold hoops.
Yeah.
Always the gold hoops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now comes the Panther Collective question of the week, where we ask questions directly from the fans themselves. What is the favorite pre-game meal for the team?
Ooh. On the road, we always go to like Texas Roadhouse, Longhorns, Steakhouse. Usually it's some sort of meal like that. A steak, chicken, salad, whatever you're feeling. At home, I don't know. I always mix it up. I never can have the same thing.
Yeah, at home we all kind of do our own thing. I would say I either make like a strawberry banana smoothie or I go to tropical smoothie and get a smoothie.
I mean, I've only had one team meal. So I guess it would be Texas Roadhouse. But other than that, I make my own stuff. I'll have like turkey or salmon or something along those lines.
Coach Warren and Coach Oakland, now they're different heights, obviously, but let's pretend you were able to like get their heights to be the same. They're playing a game of one-on-one. Who wins?
I would say Coach Warren.
Yeah, Coach Warren's a shooter.
Yeah.
No, I might give it to Warren.
She's quick and she can shoot it.
Got that defense.
So let's say you took all the coaches together and you had a big 3-point competition. Who wins that?
That maybe could be KO.
Yeah, I would say we've done that a couple times where the coaches are on one end and we're on the other end and we have a competition. KO's usually the sharpshooter down there.
So I do know who would win in the hot yoga studio because Nate, if you guys haven't noticed, Nate is working out a little bit. Have you guys noticed?
Well, he tells us he goes to hot yoga, him and KO.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
And I have witnessed them in the hot yoga studio a few times. And Nate's hilarious. I'm just gonna say you might want to look it up because I think it's out there that Nate is actually on video at hot yoga. KO definitely kills it. So yeah, you don't want to be in a hot yoga studio with her. She's yeah, she dominates that.
I like it.
How about the two of you? Do you two of you enjoy it, or
I've never tried it.
I think I've tried it once or twice, but it's not something I do.
yeah? Well, what about the best environment for a road game?
I like playing at Hilton. I think Hilton's a good place to play. It's a lot of fun. They're
Yeah.
just loud, and I think they're like on top of each other, and yeah, I don't know. Hilton's a fun place to play.
Yeah, I agree with Emerson, with Iowa State. But the best conference gym I would say is Illinois State. I really like that gym and I don't really know why.
Okay.
I
You just like it.
The
I
hoop,
just
the hoops
like
are
it. I
a
like
little
playing
bigger.
there. Yeah.
I like when we go to UIC because I like to just be in Chicago. We like to see some things downtown. I don't know. It's just a fun city to be in. So UIC is fun too.
Oh, and Belmont. I like Belmont last
Oh
year.
yeah, Belmont was
Cool.
Belmont was really pretty. Shateah, you get to experience them soon.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Shateah, what about yourself, though? I mean, obviously, you were in some other cities that maybe the Valley wouldn't be, but where's been your favorite road trip?
I think it's always during the conference tournament in Indianapolis. That one's always so much fun. We always do so much, and it's like next one advances. I mean, it's so fun. It's just like AAU where you do those tournaments, so that's always really fun.
I feel like Emerson had to say Iowa State, but we'll just move on. I don't know. So, anyways, what's one message you want to leave the Panther fans before the big game this weekend?
I mean, we're just incredibly thankful for all the support that we've been receiving and everyone getting season tickets and just like telling us how excited they are for our season. And I mean, really just the support constantly. I'll see someone at the grocery store and they'll tell me like they're just so excited to watch us play this season. And obviously for the Iowa game, just because it'll be a lot of fun, but for the whole season too.
Yeah, I agree with Emerson. Like it just makes me happy. Like a bunch of our friends, students at UNI, they had to obviously sign up like last week to get a ticket to the Iowa game. So they found out yesterday if they got a ticket, and those are the people that got a ticket they were just really excited. They're excited to support us. And we're just really thankful for that.
Yeah, going off both of you guys, the support is insane. Like I've had so many people reach out to me already, just thinking of us and where we're going to go and the excitement behind everyone that's coming, and people even that aren't able to get a ticket and aren't coming are watching. And it's just, the support is insane.
At the end of the day, right? It's just another game at the end of the day. But it can mean a lot for you. Obviously the fan support is going to be with you whether you lose or whether you win. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of hype for the community, which is really cool. And so, we just want to say good luck to you guys. We believe you can win, and I'm looking forward to rushing the court as a 60-year-old for the second time in my life.
Randy did when we played North Carolina. He ran like it was all these students running down, and then Randy rushed the court.
My daughter was right behind me, Chuck.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Now's the part of the show that everyone's been waiting for, the Financial Architect's quote of the week.
Here it is, Chuck. The opening quote of the week for 2023-2024 season. Here it is. Time is like a river. You cannot touch the same water twice, because the flow that has passed you will never pass again. Enjoy every moment of life.
I love it. It's deep. It's deep.
Kind of deep, right?
Yeah. Even though it feels as if COVID was forever ago,
Right.
really, it was only a couple years ago.
Right.
And I think one thing that people took out of that was get out of the hustle bustle of life and spend time with your friends, your family, spend time for yourself, and enjoy life.
Very true. Very true. I learned that as well, and it's been good.
Yeah. Love the quote. Love the quote.
Thanks.
Perfect
All right.
for that mentality. So anyways, as always, good for you, good for me, good for everybody. So now it's time to say goodbye from Chuck and Randy. See you next week. Enter the closing music.